I just realized that I have been having so much fun and my mic's been off. So this is a rookie mistake. It is day 4. This week has flown by. And so let me just start over for my friends. And this is part of the reason why I'm doing this launch in this way. So let's just start over and make it great. Again, welcome to Prepare to Go There. If you found this live stream, congratulations. This is hard to find for a reason. I believe that real growth starts underground. And so I'm preparing to take this project even to the next phase. And so this is one of the ways I can take it seriously, make it real, and still work out some of the bugs. But if you're getting into this, I want to prepare you. You are about to embark on one of the most overlooked and underrated conversations on the internet. And that's my opinion, but I really believe that your future deserves your full focus today. And I realize that most people, they don't even know how their future is actually going to happen, you know, in terms of their dreams, their goals, what they feel they need to do. And it's so important. And yet so many people are just trying to keep up with life as it already is. They end up wasting time procrastinating instead of preparing. And so that's why I'm inviting friends and leaders alike to go on a guided coaching journey so that way they can see how doable it really is to lead themselves, to set an example that's worth following, and then to leave a legacy for others that they will want to carry on. And I want to get you going right now. And so I've got a free fail-proof planning guide for you. And I want you to download it, get into it immediately. It's really going to help you because I think sometimes we put too much of our interest and too much of our investment of time and energy into just one plan or one path in life. And then when it doesn't happen, or when it stalls, or when we feel stuck, we don't know what to do next. And we needed to work more on the mindset and the skill set that helps us have an intentional planning process instead of just, copy pasting a good plan that we got from someone else or from the internet or wherever. And so this is really going to coach you through a clear step-by-step planning process so that way you can continue to stay agile and resilient and resourceful and really just stay motivated as you're showing up again and again to go through the planning process. It's going to help you on the weekly rhythm, but it's also going to help you with goal setting from that higher viewpoint as well. Okay. Like I mentioned, I want you to join the Future Friends email community. And I call you guys that because I look forward to meeting you in the future. But I also am passionate about hearing your passions, your dreams for the future. And I like working with people and coaching them with tools, with strategies, how to prepare to go there. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I know this is just getting started. This is day 4. It's been quite a fun ride. If you've been tracking along, my wife and I just moved into our first house, which has been such a just a high tide watermark in our story. We're just so excited. But it's come with all of the housework and the unboxing and the moving and the projects. So I finally got my my workspace ready, and sky's the limit. It's ready to take off. I'm going to try something new with this coaching project, and I think the first 2 days, the internet's gone in and out. It's been kind of glitchy, and that's just part of the learning curve. And then yesterday, the live stream went down 3 times. And so you really just have to laugh it off. You laugh and learn and make it worthwhile. And then today, my mic wasn't turned on. So it's hilarious. I've been speaking for a while, but you're still just learning as you go. And that's, honestly, that would have probably deflated me a while ago, but I'm more excited that I'm connecting with you, that I'm encouraging you, that I've got something to say. I'm not just sitting here wondering, okay, I got to say something. Like, I really do feel and know that I have something that is worth sharing. It's helped me change my life. And it's not like the life-changing stuff as in, I once was lost, but now I'm found. But it's definitely the outgrowth of that journey. It's the outgrowth of being, willing to go on a journey with the Lord and then to say, okay, teach me, how do I practically implement this identity and this influence that you've entrusted into me? And so I'm going to be sharing from a recent blog that I shared called My Ongoing, Ever-Growing Philosophy on Leadership. And I'm just going to be going back to the why on Prepare to Go There. What is Prepare to Go There? Why does it matter? And why would you want to be a part of any kind of journey to begin with? And, the reality is everyone is on a journey. Everyone's on a journey, whether they say it that way or not, know it or not. It's called life, right? Life is your journey. Welcome. And there will be mountains and there will be valleys. There will be high points. There will be low points. And it is a sheer gift to experience this life and to go on this journey and hopefully to find what we're ultimately looking for. And there's basically 2 approaches. When it comes to this journey, you can try to predict it all, or you can realize that you're not going to have it all figured out, but you can show up ready by preparing. And so you're preparing as you go. And the more you learn and the more you live, then you can prepare better. And then the more you prepare, the more you can live and lead better. And I think there's, kind of these 2 extremes. On one side, you kind of have this thought, the school of thought that says there's no control whatsoever to life and what happens in life and what you're going to get in life and what you're going to do in life. And so you just kind of settle into it and live with your lot. And then on the other extreme, you got this thing that the school of thought that says, no, we're in total control. In fact, we're creators. Each one of us are our own creator, the creator of our own universe and destiny and whatever. I don't know that I really land on either end. I believe that there is a creator, and the creator loves us so much that the creator made us and wants to do life with us and wants us to experience life to the fullest and in a way that fulfills us and is honorable. But I definitely believe that there's a role to play in the process. Like, you and I have a role to play in this journey. I mean, why else would we be making decisions and making choices and changes as we go? And that actually gives me a lot of value. It gives me a lot of dignity. It esteems my identity that, I can handle this, but I need to take it on responsibly, and I need to take it on with a sense of humility. And I realize that my choices have consequences and ripple effects that will help or hurt other people, and that I have some sort of stake in what's going on. And so a lot of people don't realize how the future happens. And so they're either in one of these 2 camps. Either they're just sitting and waiting for whatever happens to happen to them, or they think that it's going to be all, their hustle or their mind mantras and whatnot. And I know that I probably ticked off a lot of people just by saying that, but I'm here to be your encourager. I'm here to be in your corner. I'm here to let you know that you don't have to be a victim. You can have a sense of empowerment, and you also don't have to live with the tyranny of being the center of your own universe. But there's something that's bigger than us, and it's good to live in the service of something that's bigger than yourself. There's something actually really fulfilling about being a part of something that's bigger than yourself. And so that's all that's in that. But you do have a purpose. I mean, you clearly have a reason for being on this journey. And so welcome to the future frontier, where everything is wild and wonderful at the same time, where it's really uncharted and you don't really know what your future is going to look like. You don't really know. You kind of have this idea of what it could look like, but you really won't know until you get there. And that's why you've got to take this life seriously. You got to take this one life seriously, and you got to take it to heart, and you have to be intentional, because otherwise you're just going to be reacting to everyone else's opinions, and you will never really know how far you could have gone. And so the reason I'm showing up, the reason I'm practicing this, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm convinced you're going places. I'm here for the few. I'm not here for the viral, audience that's kind of fleeting, that comes and goes, that likes and leaves a channel. I'm here for real friendships that turn into leadership that really make a difference, that really goes the distance. I'm not saying I'm just looking for friends. I'm saying I want to invest in people relationally, because at the end of the day, all we have is our reputation and the character that we are forming and forging through this journey of life. And so I'm convinced you're going places. I'm convinced that you can go the distance. You can make a difference. I'm convinced that there are people that will need you to lead, to really be a leader and really lead them in a way that is helpful and in a way that serves. And so my question is, are you convinced? Like, are you really convinced that you're going places? Are you really convinced that you have more than just potential? You have a purpose. Are you really convinced that what's in you is worth coming out and impacting the world? Are you really convinced that you're going to go way further than you could ever imagine? And so you better get prepared for that journey. You better get yourself in a better place, so that way you can take on the challenges and the opportunities in a more mature way. And so kind of the thesis of all this is that preparation is necessary for where you're going. Like, if you really knew what you're capable of, if you really knew what is possible, if you really knew what is coming up on the horizon, if you really knew what's waiting for you in the future frontier, you would do something about it right now. You wouldn't just have this detached, apathetic, really defeated mindset of, it doesn't matter, what will be, will be. And you really wouldn't have this super arrogant attitude that you're just, a hot shot, and that you can handle it all, and that you're going to fix it all or do it all or whatever. Like, there's kind of this balance of hope and humility that comes together to really make a difference in your life and in those around you. And so preparation is necessary, and preparation is often unnoticed. It is necessary, but it also goes unnoticed most of the time. Now, preparation never stays hidden. Your preparation will always show you out. It will always, expose you for who you have become and what you have actually put in. Like when you see somebody crushing it in sports, when you see somebody dominating in business, when you see somebody who is excelling in their gift, their trade, their craft, their grace place, you say, wow, they had a talent, but they've also developed it in a way that it can excel over all of the obstacles and all of the opposition. And you say, wow, they've done something with it. They've actually put in that time and that effort. And so preparation is necessary, but it also goes unnoticed. And that is the challenge for most people, because it happens when no one's looking. We are often left unsupervised. We're often left unsupervised. And what that does is it leaves room for laziness on our part, and we don't engage with the preparation process. And so then we just kind of wander through our life's journey, and we wander through hoping and waiting and ultimately wasting that time. And we're basically, to put it bluntly, procrastinating when we can be preparing. We have to be preparing. So we have to realize that preparation is necessary. It's going to go unnoticed. And so what do we do in the meantime? We have to be putting the work in. We have to get to work. We have to do the work. We have to show up again and again. And what this is doing is far, far valuable than a fast track or a shortcut or a handout. What it's doing in us is it is forging in us the character that can actually handle the scale, the scope, the magnitude, the heaviness of what we're actually going to be doing in the future. And so all of this is a part of the shaping and a part of the developing that is so valuable when we look back and we say, wow, that was a crazy ride. I didn't know, if I knew about it, I probably wouldn't have signed up for it necessarily. But thankfully, that process was transformative, and it helped me become the kind of person that I needed to be to show up ready. And so leadership is a gift, but your gift is not the same as your character. And that's why this preparation is so valuable. It's the kind of person you're becoming. And so I really see leadership, and I'm just going to insert a little hyperlink to my my recent blog, but it was called My Ongoing, Ever-Growing Philosophy on Leadership. And there's basically 3 stages of leadership that I can size up. One is self-leadership, which is like the roots of a tree, unseen, but necessary for growth, necessary for strength and stability. So self-leadership is leading yourself well. And then the trunk is servant leadership. That's when you're serving others, you're leading others by example, and you're really working on developing a strong team. And then when you develop a strong team, then that team can branch out, and then you can begin to lead through others, which is fruit-bearing branches. And that's a picture of generational leadership. So those 3 stages would be self-leadership, servant leadership, and generational leadership. And that's really a big paradigm, that I live by and that I want to live by. And so we want to go through those stages of preparation. We want to learn the mindset or mindsets and the skill sets that go into leading yourself. That's where it starts. And then leading others. and then leading through others. What you have to prepare, you go through a preparation process in order to really take on that future frontier, to lead well, and to to leave a legacy. But we don't really know how to go through those stages. And I think a lot of people, because self-leadership goes unnoticed, they don't put enough attention on it to begin with. So when we say prepare to go there, what do we mean? Prepare what? Go where? Simply put, I'm saying prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Man, it starts with you. It starts with me. We have to put in the work today in order to get the benefit, the results, the rewards that are waiting on us one day. And not be hung up by the timeline. If it takes a month, or if it takes a decade, or if it takes a whole lifetime, it's still worth going on this journey. It's still worth it. It's still worth the process. Don't be so, outcome minded. Outcomes are great, but then you're just trying to rush through this journey. And this whole time, man, you do have things that you can enjoy. You can enjoy the journey while you're in process. There are relationships that you will benefit from along the way. There are projects, there are life experiences, there are life lessons, there are life skills, right, that you will accrue over time, and it's going to compound into ultimately your life's work, ultimately your life's calling. But don't get so hung up on the ultimate that you trip over the obvious, and you got to go on that journey, and you have to be prepared to do it, and you're preparing as you go. So when we say prepare to go there, what I mean is prepare yourself to go to the future that you're meant to pioneer. Go into the future that you're meant to pioneer. And we don't think this way. A lot of people don't know to think this way. They don't feel like they're creating any value, or that they're opening up new ways of thinking, or new spaces, or new opportunities that others will actually benefit from. Maybe they're thinking, okay, how do I get that job, or how do I get that relationship, or how do I get that status, or how do I get that prize, or how do I get that? But guys, you got to realize that the way you're living today is actually going to chart a path that others are going to use in the future. They're going to be following the lifestyle path that you made, and then they're going to say, wow, the way they lived inspired me to XYZ. I really believe that if we will live a life that is worthy of our calling, that somehow the Lord can use that to have a ripple effect with other people. And we may not even see that impact. We may not see it that way. But if we just stay steady, stay ready, stay steady. I'll say stay steady and get ready. Let me say it that way. Stay steady, get ready. If we'll just put in that work when it's unnoticed, put in that work because it's necessary, put in that work. And we're going to talk about part of the mindset. You just keep putting in that work day in, day out, and you're preparing to go there. You're preparing yourself for the future. You're a future forward thinker. You're not getting stuck in the past and getting bogged down by the things you've done or the things that have been done to you. You've worked out a way to find peace with what's gone on in your past, and now you are whole and you're integrated and you're moving forward with focus. I heard a quote by Sean Cannell. He said, focus is an acronym that stands for follow one course until success. Follow one course until success. See, when you get peace with what's happened in your past, then you can have the focus to go forward. And you're pioneering the future. You're pioneering the future. You're doing things that have never been done. And you say, well, I don't really know if I'm really that original. I mean, think of it this way. There's only one person that has your fingerprints. That's you. There's only one person that has your consciousness. That's you. And so it's new to you. So you're pioneering something for you. You don't have all of the wisdom and life experiences to, inform what's going to happen in a week or a month or a year from now. So you're definitely pioneering in some way. And so take this to heart. And if we want to pioneer, we have to get clear. It's so important. It's part of the whole journey is just getting clear in more than one way. But specifically when it comes to what are we going to do day by day? How are we going to approach the morning time? How are we going to approach our work, our relationships, our job? Like, we have to have a more intentional approach to our lives. And in order to do that, you got to get clear. Get clear on your values. Get clear on what's important to you. Get clear on an optimal way to accomplish your objectives. You got to get clear. Get clear about who you are and what you're going for and why you're doing what you're doing. But then also get clear on the daily stuff. Get clear on, how do you eat healthier and what can you do to tactically train yourself physically and develop yourself emotionally and mentally. How do you grow relationally? All of these questions in life, it's part of that journey. And so you're figuring it out and you're taking on uncharted territory. And it is that process of getting clear that helps you pioneer. It's that process of figuring things out for yourself and knowing that, thankfully we're not alone in this life, but we've got to quit abdicating the responsibility to make choices for our own life. And so we go for it, and we've got to go for it attitude. Along with that, we have to have an appetite for action. See, one of the reasons we don't get clear often enough is it doesn't really bother us, to not take action. That was a big deal for me. I would honestly, I would have just as much fun dreaming about something as I did doing something. I would have just as much fun dreaming about going to visit someplace overseas than actually figuring out how do you get the ticket, how do you process the passport, how do you coordinate the travel arrangements, how do you pack and load and go and all. I mean, that's a lot of work. It's easy to dream. It's fun to dream. It's fun to talk about your dreams. It's easy to scroll and to visualize, oh, that would be fun and I could do that and that. And I think we have a lot of people that are probably in the same boat. They're just content to live vicariously through other people's dreams or experiences. But man, you have your life. You got to go live it. You got to go for it. You got to do this. And so you're getting clear because you realize, man, I have this appetite for action. I want to take action for myself. And so part of the mindset here is I want you to mix urgency with expectancy. I think we need to find that blend of urgency with expectancy. A lifestyle of preparation is going to be motivated by a mix of urgency with expectancy. Now, urgency says this is important. This needs your attention. You got to go for this now. And it creates that focus. It creates that almost that, fight or flight mode where you're just in the zone, you're in the moment, and you're just totally consumed with what is required of you in that time. And urgency is very valuable. You have to have a sense of urgency to take action. You have to have a sense of urgency to put yourself out there, to get out of your comfort zone. You have to have a sense of urgency to try something new. You have to have a sense of urgency to take the risk. You have to have a sense of urgency to overcome wherever you feel incompetent. Urgency doesn't care if you are ready or not. You go for it. Urgency doesn't care if you planned something well or not. You go for it. Urgency is valuable. There's a value in it. Now, if you only have urgency, then it could kind of drain you. It can be very disheartening. It can have a toll on you long term. And you're just constantly pretty much jacked on adrenaline, and you're just living with this inflated stress, and you really can't function sustainably with only urgency. But urgency is in focused, effective ways. It is necessary. Now, on the other end, you can have a bunch of expectancy, right? And expectancy is that hopeful outcome. It's what you're excited about. It's what you're looking forward to. It's a sense of vision. It's a sense of intentionality and where you want to go. But it's more in the dream space, right? It's more in the dream space. And so you're just happy and you're getting filled up. You're getting all these endorphins firing, and that's amazing. And you need that, because that's what calls you higher, and that's what draws you deeper, and that's what pulls you closer. I might just start quoting Walter Mitty here. But you need that expectancy. But if all you have is expectancy, you may not actually go for it, like I said. So we need both urgency and expectancy going together. Like, what are you really leaning into? But then also, what are you looking forward to? So we need both. And both of those things in concert and in combination create that rhythm of preparation. It creates that cycle of preparation. Because if I only have the urgency, man, this is important, and there are consequences for being lazy. There are consequences for not focusing with your hand on the wheel. There are consequences for abdicating your responsibilities. There are consequences. You've got to be urgent. You've got to have that sense of urgency to say, you need to pay attention to this. You need to give yourself to this right now. But there's also a sense of expectancy that's going to assure you, and that's going to inspire you, and that's going to keep you motivated over time. Now, I want you to show up ready. I want you to put the work in every day ways. It doesn't matter about age. Every day you're preparing for what's coming next. You're preparing for who you're becoming next. And so that's a gift. But I'm actually going to give you some advice that might trigger you a bit. Because what we try to do is we try to rush this process. We try to rush this process. And what I would just tell you is stay hidden as long as you can. Stay hidden as long as you can, because the more you work on yourself, the more you're preparing. And preparation will never stay hidden forever. So don't try to promote yourself, just prepare yourself. Because I promise you, promotion will find the prepared every day. Promotion will find the prepared every day. I think that's a good stopping point. I really thank you for going on this coaching journey with me today. I want to remind you to get the free fail-proof planning guide. And I want to invite you into the email community that is shaping up here. I have a goal, and it would make my week if you would help me hit that goal. Join the email community, and we'll keep going, keep growing together. Tomorrow will be the completion of my first week live streaming, my very first week live streaming. So I'm pumped about it. It's been a lot of fun. It maybe a lot funner than I imagined. It's also been unexpectedly nerve-wracking building up to the point. I don't know what it is. Let's just say this. I am super impressed by Gen Z and maybe those younger than me, because apparently y'all just are digital natives and y'all can just put yourself out there and you talk about anything at any time to anyone. And I'm kind of like, wait, what? Stranger danger. But no, it's been a beautiful journey and process to kind of not just get things better externally, but to really grow internally as well. Tomorrow is Future Friday. Yes, I've been calling Friday Future Friday for probably a few years now. It's been like an ongoing game of mine, and I love to metaphorically take field trips to the future. It's the day I will dream, I will grow, I will learn something, I will take myself out of whatever's going on in the immediate, and I just say, you know what, that's still going to be here next week, but I've got to invest time every week into who I'm becoming and where I'm going. And so it's so fun. And then it's kind of evolved into just this mindset of thinking ahead of the new week, the new month, thinking ahead for the new quarter. And so it's just kind of like a project time. And then it evolved one more time, and Future Friday became my opportunity to work on big projects for myself in the future, but also working on big projects for my friends. So that's kind of where I've landed. And Future Friday is that time where I honestly, I just kind of have gratitude for someone, maybe a leader or a team. And I just say, man, I'd love to talk to them and encourage them and dream with them. And then their talking kind of gets me going. And so then I say, man, I want to build something for them. I want to put something together that can help them. And so then I create some sort of plan or coaching content or some sort of tool that could be implemented to help them with whatever, skill set that I can bring. So that's what Future Friday is. And this, I imagine Future Friday on a live stream would just be next level. So it's going to be really fun. So show up and you can kind of dive into a little bit of that process. Eventually, there's a way that you can bring people on and share live stream with them. And I think that'd be really cool to go through that process with a few future friends live. So that would be really cool. But again, thank you guys for being on today. Prepare to go there. And I look forward to seeing you again real soon.